r/AskReddit, what are some positive things happening in the world right now? The Mars rover successfully extracted oxygen from carbon dioxide on the surface of Mars. Last year Africa officially eradicated polio. The Cherokee Nation allowed genetically modified chestnut trees to be planted on land they manage in order to restore the American chestnut tree. I think that's flippin' great. North American big game animals are making a comeback. Bison, elk, moose, and deer are all doing quite well. Pandas aren't endangered anymore. We have loose ends to pull on in physics. It really very cool because it could lead to some better understanding of how it all works. Why the muon G-2 results are so exciting. Germany busted a dark web child pornography ring with over 400,000 users, shut it down and arrested the hosts. I just got a job again after 2 years. The pandemic hit my family hard. My family can now eat without worrying if we will have enough for tomorrow or the next day. My 5-year-old daughter can now have her eyes checked because she can't see 3 feet in front of her. My son can now buy the school supplies he needs for school and not borrow from his nephews. Thank God for the blessings. There's more trees in the world now than there was in 1850. More dolphin sightings because of lockdown. Community pantries in our country, wherein the poor and needy can get what they need for that day to get by, and you can also give if you want to. I also saw that even if a person is poor, they'd be willing to give. It's still spinning and the sun hasn't exploded yet. Google Maps is getting better and better, with lore and more entertainment coming from user-submitted reviews and photos. I can spend hours searching around there. If you want to see more positive news without the negativity elsewhere, I can recommend https://averwoodningkirkles.com, news without the negativity. I opened a small takeaway restaurant with my brother during the lockdown. My brother learned my grandmother's recipes. It's going really well so far. In India, people are using social media to arrange oxygen, plasma, medicines etc. for those in need. It's the most positive side of social media I have ever seen. Though governments may fail people, but humanity is beyond elected governments. What I am witnessing is the purest form of we will going to fight this disease together. Tough many get left out because of their lack of access to social media. But in such cases also, there are volunteers in every hospital who are forwarding requests on their behalf. Hope this pandemic ends as soon as possible. So many innocent lives have been lost. I am just stating the only positive thing happening in my country. Otherwise even courts are stating this mismanagement by government as genocide. I've seen so many bumblebees this spring already. Watch the documentary The Year Earth Changed to see how great nature is doing while we stay home. I find it incredible. Astronomer here. A few months ago I applied and received time on the Meerkat radio telescope as part of the first ever call that non-South Africans were allowed to apply for. It's a brand new radio telescope in South Africa, hence why during commissioning only South Africans were using it, and basically gives unprecedented sensitivity at its frequencies in the southern hemisphere. So I applied to look at several old events where we think a black hole ripped apart a star, called a tidal disruption event, TDE, where it had been impossible to follow up on them, and the observations are coming in, and it's been amazing. I'm at 100% detection right now for my targets. Typically just a third are detected in radio and we don't quite understand why, and the image quality from this new instrument is astounding. I get my detection in the center of the field but also these beautiful little radio galaxies on the edges of the image that happen to be in the field, most probably completely unknown to science. The thrill of discovery on this is amazing and intoxicating and I can't wait to write up my science and share it with everybody. It is Cinco de Mayo, which happens to be my dog's birthday. I've already turned down an invitation to go drinking after work so I can come home and make him his special birthday dinner and take him for a long walk. Edit. Thank you all for the nice comments and awards. Also, happy birthday to everyone who shares the same birthday. Have a wonderful day. A few months ago, Scotland, where I live, became the first country to make period products free. I've seen a few people be confused about the details, so I'll go over some of them. They were already free in schools and a few other types of buildings. They can still be bought in shops. The important thing is, Poor women don't need to worry about period poverty here anymore. More people have access to clean water than ever before. Redditors are coming together to think of some positive things happening in the world right now. Despite the calamitous year of 2020, breakthroughs in the following occurred and are further being developed in 2021. Fusion energy, solar panel efficiency, solid-state batteries, 3D printed building technology, vertical farming, and first steps towards scalable technology in removing CO2 from the atmosphere and thereby repairing the damage done. Edit. Fuck, I forgot lab-grown meat. Sorry y'all. Edit again. Hey, I got silver. That's a first, thank you very kindly. Edit thrice. Gold. Thank you very much. Again. This is personal but positive. I'm finally getting the help I need with my mental health, and I am doing alright. Smiley face. Edit. Thank you all for the awards. Please spend your money on giving a homeless person some snacks or a charity taking donations though. I do not need the awards. I hope you all continue on in your journeys forward, and if you haven't reached that step yet, just know that whenever you're ready, you will do amazing things. The mRNA vaccine platform, which has now been widely tested and shown to be incredibly safe and effective when applied to the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein, can probably also be used to deliver the equivalent material from HIV. It's headed to safety trials later this year. https://www.biofarma.reporter.com/article/2021/04/15/Moderna 2. Take mRNA, flu, and HIV vaccines into phase -1 trials this year. I recently quit a game with a very toxic player base that was robbing my time. Tomorrow, May 6th, is my birthday, and on Saturday my brother gets me €120 over-ear headphones that help me being the audio technician in my small church. Life expectancy has never been higher, medicine has never been as advanced. As a species we're reaching for the stars, and although there's a long way to go, attitudes toward our impact on the environment are shifting in the right direction. I got a job I love. I passed my driver's exam. I am so happy. After a decade of severe alcoholism, my husband finally got sober and has been consistently working towards improving his mental health. Yesterday marked 5 months since his last drink. The COVID-19 pandemic has made more and more employers understand that it's possible to allow people to work from home full-time without any significant performance impact. So far this has been a true blessing for me, since I no longer have to endure a totally horrendous and exhausting 2-hour commute by train every day. What's even better, I don't have to work in an open space office, which means no more loud and obnoxious co-workers to tolerate, no more constant distractions and no chronic anxiety. This decade will probably be the most exciting decade in terms of space exploration since the Apollo era. We'll get a high-res, color image moon landing, space tourism, and hopefully humans on Mars by the end of the 2030s. My tennis elbow injury has healed. Wow, more than 400 upvotes. Thanks everyone, positive vibes. It's not big, but I'm almost 2 months clean of hard drugs. My country was freed from the Germans today. My fish Gary and my other fish Brenda just started dating. Well, I just got a girlfriend for the first time in like 6 years. Not really a global thing, but it's a huge deal to me because all my high school friends are having kids and getting married and I feel super behind in life. Even though I just got out of college and am just starting my career, it's not much, but it makes me extremely happy. Australia is standing up to the Chinese government, refusing to back down on objections to Chinese colonization of the Spratly and Parasil Islands, developing hypersonic missiles, preparing our military for a fight and telling the people that the fight is coming whether they want it or not. China is trying to undermine our national government by imposing illegal trade sanctions. Australia, FKU, buddy, you're not the only buyer on the market. CCP. Bots have been swarming Australian political websites pretending to be Australians and urging us to surrender to CCP demands, which includes arresting people who say things critical of the CCP, letting them use our naval bases as refueling stations. WTF do these CTS think they are? We'll just send them a bunch of emus and see how they deal with that. I'm making strawberry boba. The last 18 months have transformed my life and my values. I had to cancel my bachelor party and wedding, event not vows, due to COVID, and I now see I didn't need those things. I loved our intimate little wedding. I got a new job, a better job, and in my interview talked about how hard this current job has been and how it taught me the needed skills to excel at said new job. Wife got pregnant and we wanted a natural birth at a birthing center. Baby needed to be delivered at a hospital and we stayed there 6 days. It was so hard, but we made it and life is so much better with him, myself, my wife, and my baby all got COVID, but we recovered. I had so many hopes and dreams and fears these last 18 months, but I never imagined my life could be so hard or so blessed. Pet adoptions are way up. I'm almost done with my master's degree. My mom escaped a toxic second marriage, moved to a new city, lost 50 pounds, and my relationship with her has improved immensely. I feel like I got a part of my mom back, and she's happier than I've ever seen her. The only reason she committed to leaving was because she moved countries right before the pandemic and he couldn't follow her. Forever thankful my mom got to start over. I'm working on technology that could be very beneficial to extremely premature newborns in the next 5 years. I haven't had a seizure in 231 days. That means I am 134 days away from the possibility of getting my learners, at 30 years of age, even if the thought terrifies me. The school of my kids has raised a few €1,000 for the poor people. I don't know how you call it in America, but here you name it a food bank. I'm gonna marry and move in together with my girl. If I may submit my own positive thing, I have been making progress in working through some of the things that have held me back in life, physically and mentally, and in doing so have found a creative outlet that seems to be helping others do the same. I am grateful, and I hope to continue for as long as I can. After 17 years, I have a friend now and I know I can trust him. I got my first boyfriend yesterday. We asked each other to prom at the same time after I've been crushing after him for months. This is a very personal positive thing, but I've gotten a new job about 2 months ago and I love it a lot. I'm very excited to learn more about the stuff I'm working on, and I finally got fabric for a dream cosplay. Very excited to cosplay one of my favorite characters of all time. I got a new job that hasn't given me anxiety yet. Husband and I started fostering dogs last year and have opened up our home to 16 dogs and only one has permanently stayed. My chicken had her baby chicks. I'd be starting my first job in few days, a new phase of life. The news isn't all about COVID, we're getting there, not out of the woods yet, but we're getting there. I got into art school over here in Europe, that's positive. It's a small positive but still, I caught a trout in the river by me which is really rare. I've been fishing there for close to 20 years now and this is the only one I've caught out that river. I hope the deck is stocking it. I left my home country for a better place. My mom is still alive. I started working out and eating healthy, and I feel the best I've ever been. On 29/04, Malawi's Supreme Court has declared death penalty unconstitutional, ordering new trials for convicts awaiting execution. This is within a worldwide abolitionist tendency. Protons. We saved around 30,000 people from deaths from the flu with COVID measures. Mental health has been given so much more respect after everyone felt some sense of depression with the pandemic. Not the same thing as chronic depression of course, but the stigma of admitting how difficult it is and the suffering people deal with has been lifted somewhat. The Amazing World of Gumball movie in development. If it's free I'll still steal my mom's wallet and pay CN. I found a secret fishing spot 3 minutes from my house. We've lived in this house for 12 years and didn't know it was there. I've been absolutely killing it for the past 3 weeks with nobody else around and I live in town. People are becoming way more aware of sexual consent. The difference between today and 10 years ago is literally life-changing. I grew up in a world where men were expected to enjoy all sexual contact from women, wanted or not, and women were expected to give it up, but be called sluts, especially if they enjoyed it. Now we can all say yes or no if we want, and if someone keeps pressuring after the no, it's not okay. I know it still needs a lot of work, but the difference is astounding, especially when I read my diaries from the early 2000s. Mass Effect LE is coming out in 9 days. PCR test results. My exams have been cancelled due to the lockdown, so yeah. We collect money to give out some meals and drinks during evening for people to break fast without worries. Somewhere in the world today, two people will make eye contact. They might not realize it for a while, but they'll fall in love. Same-sex marriage equality is gaining traction in Japan thanks to a landmark decision in the Sapporo District Court. I'll tell in 2 weeks when I find out if I'm going to graduate high school. My dog is sitting with me. Today is my last day at my toxic job, moving on to a better job with higher pay. Thanks for watching. Comment suggestions for any future videos and make sure to subscribe to not miss out on any more good content. I upload daily videos from r/AskReddit, and if you like the video, make sure to like the video.